Thanks for checking out the Next Level Radio YouTube page. If you like what you hear, be sure to head over to nextlevelradioonline.com. There you can find out how to listen to more podcasts with great guests, including ones that are not on the YouTube page. You can either download them on iTunes, Stitcher, or just stream them straight from the website. You also find the links to follow us on Facebook and Twitter to keep you updated on everything we have going on. And you also find some other great stuff, including event coverage like Philly Comic-Con and movie reviews as well. Again, that's nextlevelradioonline.com. Thanks for listening.
Hey there, this is Jimmy Simpson.
Hi, this is Claire Coffey.
Hey, it's Rick Hoffman from Suits.
Hey, this is Lucky Yates.
Next Level News.
Cards Against Humanity brings the raunch to the web in an unofficial app. The time has come to commence Operation Lady Gaga. The time has come to commence Operation Jerking Off into a Pool of Children's Tears.
God damn it.
The Showcast Weekly Update.
Scorsese can now be added to the list of celebrities with animal lookalikes, joining Wilford Brimley, who looks like Surly Cat, and Sarah Jessica Parker, who looks like every horse in America.
Hey guys, this is Amber Next.
Hey, what's up? This is Thomas Decker.
Hey, I'm Chris Parnell.
Hey everybody, it's Greg Proops, the smartest man in the world, and you're grooving to Next Level Radio. Get it?
Season 2, Episode 30 of the Showcast here on Next Level. Episode 74 total. Quickly approaching that 100 episode mark.
Episode 10 that Steve's done.
It doesn't work.
we told you it wouldn't work.
Damn it.
There was something mentioned before we started recording, and you should have saved it. So, yeah, but that's alright. I'm sure we'll be busting each other's balls throughout this podcast like we do every week.
Yeah, except I can't play sound clips this week, so
yeah,
you guys get off easy.
Me. Yeah, it's on me this week for sound clips.
Yeah, thank you, Windows 10.
No, it's not even Windows 10's fault. If someone
listen to how quick he comes to the defense of a non-Mac thing.
Yeah.
No, not Windows 10. No,
no, it's not even that. It's the fact
shut
that
your dirty horse mouth.
He started installation this morning and didn't hit continue until 6 o'clock at night.
Because it took that long for it to come out.
It's not my fault. I have to hit continue 10 times during one installation.
It's a part of an installation.
That's why they call it Windows 10, because you have to hit shit 10 different times.
I have Windows 10. I like it. I'm enjoying it.
Well, that's good. I'll let you know if I like it next year when it finishes downloading.
A couple things to mention before we get going with this podcast. First off, I want to thank our friends over at caffeinecrew.com. I did a podcast with them a little over a week ago. That podcast is now up on their website. So you can go to their website, caffeinecrew.com. And
been perfect time to play that I Can Get It Up.
Yeah, you don't have sound clips. But yeah, go to caffeinecrew.com and you can hear the podcast that I did with them. And of course, go to their Facebook page, facebook.com/caffeine, or The Caffeine Crew. I think it's The Caffeine Crew. It's either The Caffeine Crew or Caffeine Crew. Actually, I think their website might be The Caffeine Crew too. We'll post a link to it on the Facebook page, either way.
It's a pretty good plug you're going right now.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to thank some new subscribers I know that we have gotten since last week, that we noticed, people mentioning it on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, that they're now subscribing to us. So if you're a new subscriber to the Showcast, thanks for joining us. So, spread the word. Get your other friends to subscribe to us as well. On that note, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NXT Level Radio, facebook.com/nextlevelradioonline. Go to our webpage, www.nextlevelradioonline.com, for all of our previous interviews and Showcast podcasts, as well as Primetime Fantasy Football, which should be returning in a couple months, hopefully. And subscribe to us on iTunes if you don't already. Just go to iTunes. Just go to the iTunes store, look up under podcasts, Next Level Radio, and we are the first ones to pop up. So, how was everybody's week this past couple of days? We'll start with either one of you. It doesn't matter.
It was good.
You guys are.
I guess I'll go first.
So I'm just going to drop this question because you guys are so enthusiastic about it.
Are you done?
I guess, yeah.
I can go. I mean, it was good.
Phenomenal.
I went to the aquarium today, and then yesterday I went to a baptism, and then went to a like a little cookoutish, hangoutish kind of thing at my neighbor's house.
There you go. Steve?
Good job, dude. I went to the Phillies game during the week, and I played golf during today, which is
Thanks
Sunday.
for the invite.
I did, actually, and you said no. That came back to bite you in the ass. And what else did I do? I played slow pitch softball during the week as well. So I'm pretty athletic. If you just ask anybody. So
Stayed active.
Yeah,
Yep.
nothing says athletic like watching the Phillies and playing slow pitch softball.
don't forget golf.
I finally finished my outdoor movie theater.
Nobody asked you.
And got to... Shut up.
Yeah, I didn't remember asking.
Fine. Fuck you both.
How was your
Moving on.
weekend? I already know what you did. You posted all over Facebook.
Well, this is for the listeners. So this is our sharing for the listeners. So, but yeah, I finally finished my outdoor movie theater and broke it in last night watching Guardians of the Galaxy out back. So, which was fun. Then I did a charity event today, which I've been at all day, and won Phillies tickets. So I get to go to a Phillies game in a couple weeks.
And then play slow pitch softball?
I'm going to skip the slow pitch softball because I'm not athletic.
Very
So.
few can be as athletic as I am.
Let us move forward with the, first off, one more thing before we continue on, we are going to have our interview with Krista Allen from CW's Significant Mother, premiering
Probably
tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight, depending on when you're listening to the podcast, this coming Monday, August 3rd at 9:30 on the CW. So, fun interview. You'll get to hear that whole interview in full a little bit later on in the podcast. But for right now, let us move forward and let's hit the box office for the week. All right, Adam, what do you got?
Number 5, dropping back from number 2, you have Pixels with another $10.4 million for a 2-week total of $45.6. Number 4, dropping back from number 3, you have Minions with $12.2 million for a 4-week total of $287.3. Ant-Man dropping back from 1 all the way to 3 with $12.6 million for a 3-week total of $132.1. Finally, making back what it costs to make the film. Opening
doing so hot, huh?
No, opening up at number 2 is Vacation, $14.8 million, and that opened. I believe that was a Wednesday opening, so that has a total gross of 21.1, a current Rotten Tomatoes rating of 23%.
I can't believe that piece of garbage opened at number 2.
Yeah, well, like I said, it only made 14, so I mean, it's not even that impressive.
Yeah.
Like I said, 23% from the critics, 61 from the audience, though. So a pretty fair
That's a
amount of
surprise.
people, liked it. Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, number 1, $56 million. 93% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, 92 from the audience. Ben went to see it.
I did.
And you
And
have
I
a
did.
review up, so if you want to see the review.
Yeah, just go to nextlevelradioonline.com and click on the film reviews tab at the top. I gave it a 9 out of 10. The movie is awesome. The movie is it is probably the best action movie I have seen all year.
Would you say like 9 out of 10 Scientologists?
9 out of 10 self-performed stunts.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. Tom Cruise likes his stunts.
He does. He you know what? I've seen interviews of him during promotion of this movie. He takes a lot of pride in these Mission Impossibles because he produces them along with, he produced the first one. He's been in all 5. This is probably, and it's tough because Ghost Protocol was amazing, but this is probably right up there with probably the best out of the series.
Okay. Interesting.
So it's really, really good. I definitely highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah, it's definitely one I want to check out. What number? I kind of blacked out for a second. How high would you have it on the Mission Impossible list?
It's probably the best of the series. It's
The
probably
best of the series,
out of
okay.
all 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not right, but it could be second best.
Like I said, it's very close because Ghost Protocol was amazing.
Yeah, and that's why I know it's not going to be the best because you have Ghost Protocol as the best.
Yeah, but there's a number of other people that have been saying that this is probably the best of the series.
Okay. Well, like we've talked about this before, but the first one is so much different from every other one after it.
It is.
So the first one is always going to be the best one to me for that reason.
And the second one you can just skip.
Exactly, yeah. So this is probably, if you think it's the best, it's probably going to be my second favorite because
I know you're a big fan of the first one.
Yeah, I don't think anything will top the first for me. But
don't movies like this automatically get better because special effects are better, and that's what this movie is.
That's a good point.
Pension on.
It's yeah, I guess so. Although outside of the special effects and the stunts, I mean, this probably outside of or right behind Avengers, I think this movie, this franchise probably has one of the strongest ensemble casts.
True.
That of any other movie series that I've seen. I mean, between Tom Cruise and now you've got Simon Pegg, who's really stepped up in this next one. Now he's a field agent, so he gets into a lot of the action in this one. Jeremy Renner, Alec Baldwin joins Ving Rhames. I mean, this is probably one of the strongest ensembles I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that is one of the things they've always, I mean, even going back to the first one, John Voight was in that one.
Emilio Estevez. Died in like the first 10 minutes.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Moving on to this week. So coming out on Tuesday, Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F.
What?
Yeah. I'm just going off what IMDb lists here. That's a limited release, by the way, per box office mojo. August 5th, Shaun the Sheep movie. That is opening up in 2,200 theaters. August 7th, which is Friday, is Fantastic Four opening in 3,800 theaters, which is basically nationwide. The Gift, which is opening up nationwide. Ricky and the Flash opening up in 1,800 theaters. And then the rest of these will be limited. So you have Dark Places, limited. Diary of a Teenage Girl, limited. Cop Car opening in, according to Box Office Mojo, 3 theaters. And
Sneakerheads.
Sneakerheads.
Like Kevin Bacon's basement?
And then Sneakerheads in 4 theaters.
That's a shame too, because Cop Car actually looks pretty decent.
I'm sure this is just like a soft opening. I'm sure it'll have a.
Well, yeah, because look at Birdman. Birdman opened in what, 5 theaters?
Initially, yeah, it was really, really limited. So the big ones we have this week: Fantastic Four, like I said, 3,800. The Gift nationwide. Shaun the Sheep, 2,200, and then Ricky and the Flash, 1,800. So 4 movies potentially could number-wise, theater-wise, make the top 5. But so we'll start with Steve, since he wasn't here last week. What's your top 5 prediction?
It's like a reward. I got Fantastic Four at 1. And I got Mission Impossible at 2. Oh, yeah. Do I have to put this vacation movie that high? Nah. Yeah. Vacation's at 3. And then The Gift is at 4. And then the Ant-Man is at 5. Ant-Man is not doing good.
No, it's not. I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
I will also go Fantastic Four 1. Mission Impossible 2. I'm going to go The Gift at 3. Vacation at 4. And I guess I'll give Ant-Man the 5th spot as well. So I think Steve and I just have like one thing swapped.
Yep. We got the Swippy swap.
Wow. Mine is completely different than all of yours. I don't think I have one in the same spot as you guys.
Well, you're probably wrong, so.
Oh, no, I do. I have one in the same spot. I actually have Mission Impossible staying at number 1.
You have such animosity towards Fantastic Four.
Yes, but I'm not.
I feel like that's a biased choice.
I'm not the only one. That's the thing. Like, there is a ton of people out there saying this movie is going to be horrible.
I'm sure it will be.
And the fact that they're not allowing screenings of this movie until literally a day before its release says a lot about that.
Because confidence.
I'm attending a screening of it on Wednesday, and then it opens Thursday night. I mean, it's that's not promising. So I do, however, have it opening at number 2. I think it's going to be close.
That being said, it'll be number 2, missing by about $1 million.
I think it's going to be close, but I think Mission Impossible is going to hold number 1, Fantastic Four at number 2. I think Shaun the Sheep at number 3. It's a kids movie. It's a family movie.
All right, sweet.
Vacation at number 4 and The Gift at number 5. I have Ant-Man actually being bumped from the top 5.
Really?
Ant-Man's not doing good.
Which is a shame, because it's a great movie.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
So, yeah, that's my top 5.
Okay. That'll be it then for my end.
Which would be weird, too, because I think this will be the first time that if it happens, it would probably be one of the first times I think a Marvel movie has not opened at number 1 the week it comes out. Even though it's not Marvel Cinematic.
It's not Disney making it, that's why.
Yeah. So, alright then, moving on to my end of the spectrum with the DVD and Blu-ray releases for the week. Starting off, first of the 2 that I have worth mentioning. Far From the Maddening Crowd, starring Carey Mulligan. Is it Milligan or Mulligan?
I believe it's Mulligan.
Yeah, I think it is Mulligan. In Victorian England, the independent and headstrong Bathsheba Everdeen attracts 3 very different suitors.
Is that Katniss's mom?
I don't know.
Did you make that joke before?
No. No, I think that's the last time I'm going to use it, too.
A sheep farmer, a reckless sergeant, and a prosperous and mature bachelor.
Although that's pretty similar to the Hunger Games plot.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
No.
Not in the least.
Maybe I watched the wrong Hunger Games. You ever see the Starving Games that I think Netflix had?
No, is it like a spoof?
It's a total, like... I don't even think it's like a spoof, though. I think it's a serious movie. They just try and take advantage of... I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I'm just talking out my ass right now.
Oh. Far From the Maddening Crowd made $12.1 million at the box office, 85% from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 80% from the audience. So apparently a decent movie. Pretty well liked. Buy, Netflix/rent, catch on cable, or pass. We'll go with Steve first.
I don't know what this is, so I pass.
Fair enough.
I'm only laughing because I'm the same way. I'm passing.
Well, that's right through the gambit then, because I'm the same way. It's going to be a pass. And the other one coming out this week worth mentioning is the Divergent series, Insurgent. 130.1 million at the box office. Beatrice Pryor must confront her inner demons and continue her fight against the powerful alliance which threatens to tear her society apart with the help from others on her side. 30% on Rotten Tomatoes for this movie starring Shailene Woodley. 64%, however, from the audience. So apparently the audience liked it better than the critics. Adam, we'll go with you this time.
Yeah, whoever thought a movie and a book series with the lead character's name being Beatrice would do well at all. I saw the first one. It was good. I mean, it wasn't great. I might give this one a Netflix, just to check it out since I did see the first one and I'm curious what happens in this one, but I'm not expecting it to be that good though. I'll say that, but I'll still give it a Netflix.
Cool. Yeah, and I'm probably actually going to give it a pass. What about you, Steve?
Yep. I'm going to pass it. I did not see the first one, so I'm not interested to see what happens in the second one. So
yeah,
this is a good week. I'm glad to see I don't have any movies that I have to watch soon.
Yeah, I didn't see the first one either, so I mean that's the main reason why I'm giving it a pass as well. But that is going to wrap it up for the DVD and Blu-ray releases for the week. One final thing to do before we move on with the podcast, and that is to get through Steve's trailer trash.
Howdy, y'all. It's time for the trailer trash. Cletus, I thought I told you to sit down and shut up.
All right, what do you got for us this week, Steve?
Yeah, we'll start with a movie called The 33, which is a drama that opens up in November, which is based on the real-life event. When a gold and copper mine collapses, it traps 33 miners underground for 69 days. So this is like the mining tragedy that turned into triumph, kind of. Antonio Banderas is the lead actor, and Cote, I'm going to be terrible at all these names. Cote de Pablo is in it as well as the female lead. I didn't know who she was, but apparently she's in 188 episodes of NCIS as Ziva David. So if you watch NCIS, then you know who that is. And Rodrigo Santoro is also in it, which is awesome because he is Xerxes from 300.
I was going to say that.
You can watch him be a normal human.
He's also Paolo in Lost.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Also, for all the Lost fans, they have one too. So what did you think, Adam? You already started talking, so what did you think of the 33 trailer?
Yeah, you stole my thunder with the Rodrigo Santoro thing, because I didn't know that he was Xerxes until I was looking. I'm like, why does he look so familiar? And he looked familiar from Lost, not from Xerxes, because I didn't know that was him. This looks pretty good, and I remember this did not happen that long ago. This mining thing,
right?
2010. I was gonna say, was it? It doesn't even feel that long ago, but yeah. It's my adult lifetime, so it's something that I'm interested to kind of see a little, because it literally captivated the world, I assume, or at least whatever hemisphere we're in. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a trash to treasure. Cast looks good, story looks good, tugs at the heartstrings. It's everything you ever wanted in a movie.
Yeah, it is. What do you got, Ben?
Go ahead, Ben. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Gabriel Byrne is another one who's in this too, and I'm a fan of his from some of his earlier work, especially when he played the Devil in End of Days with Schwarzenegger. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a true story. Obviously, I do remember all of this happening, and I'm always curious by things like this because they always give all the main characters like their own backstory, and I'm always very curious as to if that's really how it was. Like in the trailer, there's one guy who just happens to be 2 weeks from retirement. Yeah. So I'm always curious if the stuff like that is actually true or if they just add it for dramatic embellishment. Either way, I'm fine with it. I think this movie looks great. This is a trash to treasure for me as well.
Cool. I also forgot to mention that the president is the warden from Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
That's that's obviously noteworthy. For me, it's going to be a leave it in the bin type of deal. I'm not as interested in it. Like you said, the story's cool and all that stuff is good, but I'm not sure about the acting with Antonio Banderas being a lead in a serious, dramatic type role.
X versus Sever?
Yeah, exactly.
Zorro?
Yeah, so we'll see about that. So, but I leave it in the can. I'll let you guys be gung ho and see it because it's such a treasure for you, and then I'll let you tell me how it is.
Have you ever seen Wolfman?
I have.
No, I haven't.
It's horrible.
It's not good.
Yes.
But funny enough, I was watching it, and who else is in that? Who plays his dad? I'm trying to remember.
The Wolfman is Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, that's right, Anthony Hopkins. I'm watching it, and Andrea, I guess, didn't really realize what I was watching, but it was the part where he's like sick in bed or something, and this thing's like crawling up the bed towards him. Ben, do you remember that part? And then,
I do.
He looks back, and all of a sudden, the wolf like jumps out in front of him. Andrea let out the most blood-curdling scream I have ever heard. I am very shocked that the cops did not show up at our door.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, granted, he hasn't done the greatest projects lately, but
trash to treasure.
I'm a big fan of the Zorro movies, as you mentioned. Assassins with him and Sly, I liked. And of course, I mean, you can't forget Puss in Boots.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Steve.
Killed it as Puss in Boots. Really used all of his acting chops for that one. The next movie I am actually excited about. It's called Spotlight, and it's a thriller that also comes out in November. It's the true story of how the Boston Globe uncovered the massive scandal of child molestation and cover-up within the local Catholic archdiocese, shaking the entire Catholic
archdiocese.
Yep, that's how you say it.
First time
Shaking
you ever
the
seen that
entire
word?
Catholic Church to its core. Moving on, the director and writer is Tom McCarthy, who has done some things, but he's also known as the reporter from season 5 of The Wire for all Wire fans.
I haven't made it that far.
Yeah, you'll get there. And then the cast is what'll get you excited. The first 5 or 6 people are Rachel McAdams, Liev Schreiber, Mark Ruffalo, Michael Keaton, John Slattery, who is Roger Sterling from Mad Men, and Stanley Tucci are the top billed. So it's a good cast. What did you think of the Spotlight trailer, Ben?
To me, I think ever since Birdland, Michael Keaton.
I think he means
not
Birdman.
Birdman, not
Birdman.
Birdland. Birdman.
Birdland.
Ever since, I'm so glad I don't have this sound clip to play. Ever since,
good job.
Ever since Birdman, Keaton to me is the new Tom Hanks. As in, anything that he's in, I will most likely see. But that aside, even the rest of the cast, Liev Schreiber, as you had mentioned, Stanley Tucci, who I love, the story looks so compelling, even though I'm not overly religious at all. But just the fact, the politics behind it and everything, I think it looks great. It's a trash to treasure.
Cool.
Yeah.
What did you think?
This is Oscar bait. Somewhere in here, there's Oscar bait.
Sure.
If not
that
the whole
dog.
movie, definitely part of the cast. I'm still gonna call him Liev, even though you've told me he likes Liev.
Okay. That's fine.
But
he can show up at your door, not mine.
I like him as Sabretooth, even though the movie sucked.
I liked him in Goon.
He's also Ray Donovan, which has
Yes.
some ties to this child molestation cover-up in Boston. So it's
does
kind of
it?
interesting. It's kind of interesting that he's in this movie as well.
Yeah, I've never seen Ray Donovan. I want to though. He's a phenomenal actor. I mean, the whole cast, like you guys were saying, is great. So, really interesting backstory because it is based on a true story. So it's kind of interesting to see the cover-up side of it along with the media side of it, which a lot of times the media gets, not to get too serious, but the media gets like a very bad reputation, and for a good reason most of the time. I mean, honestly, like they blow shit way out of proportion a lot. But this type of investigative journalism is really interesting. And it's really cool to see something like this, a kind of almost, like a Watergate-ish kind of investigative journalism. So I'm really interested to see something like this. So this is a trash to treasure. Kind of like a Woodward and Bernstein. That's what I was looking for.
Sure, yep. You kind of got at it with the Watergate, and you could kind of hope that this is a newer version of All the President's Men-ish, maybe, which would be awesome because that was a good movie and a good book, but also a good story. And I'm in a media type, I guess all of us are kind of in a media type field, if that's what you want to call a podcast, so that it kind of hits all of us in the right spot just because it's investigative reporting and all that stuff, and that always interests me. Plus, like you guys said, the cast is good. So
yeah, 67% of this podcast has a degree in a media-related degree, I should say.
It's pretty impressive, I gotta tell you.
Are you like implying that I don't? I mean, you would be correct.
Yeah, yeah. That's not implying it. I'm telling you.
You're just saying it.
So I guess the point is that we're going to sweep this one and call it a trash to treasure all around. So go see the movie.
Yay.
The next one, maybe not the same fate. It's called 6 Years. It's a drama romance that will be coming out in 2 weeks, maybe August 18th, whenever that is. A young couple bound by a seemingly ideal love begins to unravel as unexpected opportunities spin them down a volatile and violent path and threaten the future they had always imagined. The two people are Taissa Farmiga, who I don't know, but Ben Rosenfield is the male lead, and he played a prominent role as Eli Thompson's son in Boardwalk Empire, if you watch that. So, Adam, it's your turn. What did you think of this phenomenal 6 Years trailer?
Yeah, set this on fire. I mean, I have no
I got
interest.
the gas if you got the light.
I have no interest in anything this movie has to offer me. I'm kind of tired of these somewhat trying to be dramatic, young, coming of age things. I'm tired of it. It's annoying. It doesn't look good. It's not, I don't know. It just looks, just set it on fire. Next.
Taissa Farmiga was in 25 episodes of American Horror Story, so if you watch that, that's where you know her. Ben, what did you think?
I'm in this the same boat. Let's just burn it. Seriously. I love it. I love the fact that, the beginning of the trailer, it says, from the people that brought you Safety Not Guaranteed, The One I Love, and Cyrus. 3 movies that I have never heard of before.
Yeah,
so
that's about right.
It's really not telling me much. You said she was in 25 episodes of American Horror Story. I hate that show as well.
No, that's not good.
Let's just throw more fuel on this. Burn it. It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I also want to
ahead.
apologize for going, giving an actual legit look into the previous movie we just talked about, Spotlight, and not even being able to come up with words as to why I don't want to watch this movie.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not mad at you.
Okay.
So we get to agree again because this is a dumpster fire. I am a self-proclaimed lover of rom-coms, but that is not what this is.
No,
clear.
Not at all.
This is like some kind of it's also not speaking to any of us at all. Like this is like a teeny bopper or love story type of thing there where they end up.
I broke up with my high school. Yeah, I broke up with my high school girlfriend. Let me go watch this movie and cry myself to sleep.
Yeah, something along those lines. So you're not going to get anything good from us. So this is a dumpster fire all around, and we get to just move on to Zoolander 2. Hooray! A comedy that will come out February of next year. Derek and Hansel are modeling again when an opposing company attempts to take them out from the business. Ben Stiller is the director. And is this the right Justin Theroux? Is this Mr. Jennifer Aniston?
Yes,
Justin
it is.
Theroux, who's the writer? So that's fantastic as well. I'm just going to throw names out because you know them all. Olivia Munn, Kristen Wiig, Will Ferrell, Ben Stiller, Penelope Cruz, Owen Wilson, Kim Kardashian, Christine Taylor, Billy Zane, Justin Bieber, Fred Armisen, Kanye West. And that's just on the first page. I couldn't click to see more, but there probably is more. Ben, what did you think of this first trailer for Zoolander
this
2?
is so a trashy treasure for me. I'm such a big fan of the original movie. The teaser itself doesn't show you any of the movie. It's just Derek Zoolander responding to a narrator that's supposedly like
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking, and it's hysterical. It's absolutely hysterical. If the movie is even, I mean, let's face it, the movie is about a moron. You're not gonna go wrong with that. I can't wait to see this. And it took me a while before I even saw the first one. I'm not wasting any time with this one. I'm gonna see it when it comes out. This is a trash to treasure.
Sweet. Adam, you have the same or different?
Yeah, this is, I mean, like Ben said, it doesn't show you a single thing about what the movie's going to be about, but the fact that it kind of trolls you for the first, 75% of it, making you think it's a legitimate movie about the Big Bang Theory or existence in general, makes it a trash to treasure, and I can't give something that's related to the first one anything but, so that is where I am.
200 Lander?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good one. You know what you're going to get from it, so, I mean, if you watch it and say, oh, this is stupid, then that's what you were going to get, so grow up. But yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, it's cool that they got everybody to come back. It's kind of like the Wet Hot American Summer in that sense that they got everybody back with like Will Ferrell and Owen Wilson and all them. So it's cool that everybody's going to be coming back and they won't have to replace anybody or miss anybody. So yeah, this is definitely it's going to be worth seeing whenever it comes out, and it'll be a trash to treasure for the months to come until it comes out. And we'll close with another comedy, because we like to close with comedies. This one is called The Night Before. It'll come out November 25th. In New York City, for their annual tradition of Christmas Eve debauchery, 3 lifelong best friends set out to find the holy grail of Christmas parties, since their yearly reunion might be coming to an end. The director and writers are the guys who have done 50-50 and This Is the End, The Neighbors, and as they said, almost The Interview, which was kind of funny part of the trailer. The 3 best friends are JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Anthony Mackie, who is famous for being a superhero now. And Lizzie Kaplan is also in it. Miley Cyrus apparently is a prominent-ish role because she's pretty highly billed. Kanye West, another one. It's Kanye West week, baby. And I guess that's it. So what did you think of The Night Before, Adam?
This looks hilarious. I mean, it's an all-star cast. Anything that has Kanye in it has to be good.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? All right. This is probably the first time that I've seen JGL do like a full-blown comedy since like Third Rock from the Sun. I mean, I can't think of anything. I mean, 500 Days of Summer was like a rom-com type of thing, which is a fantastic movie. 50-50 was like a dramedy.
I think Don John is supposed to be a comedy, but nobody saw it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. That's true. That's a good point. Well, this will be the first full-blown comedy I've seen him in. I'm going to give this a trash to treasure, though. I can't see this not being funny.
Cool. What'd you think, Ben?
I'm in the same boat. I think it's got a strong leading cast with Anthony Mackie, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Seth Rogen. I was almost a little turned off when Mindy Kaling showed up, because I can't stand her. I'm so over her now. And then, of course, the end of the trailer is nothing. It's all played underneath the song Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus, another person I can't stand.
It's a great karaoke song, though.
But I kind of forgot about that's in the but I kind of let that go because the trailer itself is really funny. I'm hoping it's not another one that you see most of the stuff in the trailer and then
that's it right there. Bingo.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave this one in the recycle bin for now. I want to wait a little bit more until I see another trailer and then we'll see where I get with it.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Ben on this one. I have the exact same sentiments as what he said at the end with hopefully they didn't show everything funny because it's long and it's really funny the whole time. So hopefully they didn't show everything that's funny in the movie. And that's why I'm going to leave it in the recycle bin as well. I'm also not as big a JGL fan as everyone else in the entire world.
You should be.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not. And Anthony Mackie, I don't know anything that he's done that's funny, or else I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So
he's the comedic relief in Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but not really. So yeah, it's got a great premise and it's got a great cast, and I do love Wrecking Ball, so I'll probably see it for that reason. But other than that, I'm going to leave it in the bin. And before I close the lid, I should say that there was a trailer that we were kind of going to do that's called Room, but I don't really know what it's about, and I didn't really have anything to say about it. But you could check it out if you want to. But
I'm kind of disappointed that you didn't do Room and you left in 6 years.
I just wanted a dumpster fire for everybody.
Yeah, it worked.
Job well done.
That's my strategy. So that does close the trailer trash lid for the week.
Cool. Yeah, all of these trailers, as usual, are up on our website, nextlevelradioonline.com. Just click on the trailer trash tab, and it is your one-stop shop for all of the trailers that we've talked about this week, as well as previous weeks. So with that being said, we are going to take our first break. When we come back, we are going to have our full interview with Krista Allen from the CW Significant Mother. So stick around, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey, it's David Huntsberger from Sci-Fi's Reactor, and you're listening to the Showcast on Next Level Radio.
All right, everybody. So we're back with the Showcast, and our guest this week is someone who has had a long career in both television and film of all genres. You've definitely seen her in a lot of projects that I know people love. I know Adam loves, and I love. From playing, a lifeguard on Baywatch to a woman being lied to by Jim Carrey in an elevator. She's done it all. Her new show, Significant Mother, premieres this Monday, August 3rd at 9:30 on the CW network, but we're very happy that she's here with us right now, spending a little time. Please welcome to the Showcast, Krista Allen. Krista, thanks for spending some time with us.
Oh my God, I feel super famous with that intro. That's amazing.
You are super famous. That's why we have you on.
And there's so much that we can talk to you about it. Again, as I said, your career is, you've done a ton of projects in your career. So we're going to try and get to as much as we can, but let's get started with Significant Mother, obviously, since that's the most important right now. As we said, it premieres this Monday. So since none of us have seen it yet and none of our listeners have had a chance to see it yet, what can you tell us about the show and the character that you play?
The show, it's Significant Mother, and it's kind of a double entendre type of title, Significant Mother. I play the mother of a 26-year-old who has a best friend who's also 26, who I kind of helped raise, and they're roommates, and he goes away on a business trip, and comes back to find out that me and his best friend are totally hooking up. And what makes it even worse is we actually really like each other. So I am newly divorced, or actually, I'll take that back. I'm not divorced yet. I am separated from my husband. I've been married for almost 30 years. And my husband is played by Jonathan Silverman. You guys might remember him from Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yep. He's so fantastic, and he plays this great character named Harrison, who is just a pompous ass and wonderful. He plays it brilliantly. And so there's a lot of conflict between me and my now estranged husband, who also grew up with my now boyfriend, who we kind of saw in diapers. It's very strange. So it's Significant Mother, as in, so that's why it's called what it is. And I play a character named Lydia, and she's awesome.
So, it sounds like a whole lot of awkward going on.
It is a whole lot of awkward. That was the other choice for another title choice for the show. A whole lot of awkward. But, yeah.
It would have been fitting.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, you had mentioned Josh Zuckerman plays your son on the show.
Yes.
And he is on the show playing a 26-year-old. Was it weird being asked to play a mother of an adult man? Because, I mean, you don't look like you would have a son who's 26 years old.
Well, I am the mother of an adult man, so, I mean, in real life, but he's 18. No, it's not weird at all. If I had my son when I was 18, in this show I had Nate, or, my son is Nate on the show. I had him when I was 18. So it makes complete sense. When I saw this, it was kind of weird at first, and I thought, I wonder if they're going to buy it. I wonder if they're going to buy that I could be a mom of a 26-year-old, and honestly, it really does work. They mommed me out a lot. They mommed me out a lot on this. So, I'm not mom over.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen where there's younger moms. Obviously, there are, but yeah, I mean, I guess it'd be a lot weirder if somebody like Betty White was playing the mother in this show or something like that. It would have been a little bit even more of a whole lot of awkward, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because she would have had to have Nate when she was like 60. Right?
Yeah,
So.
that would have made it even weirder. This actually isn't your first foray with the CW either. You were part of a show called the LA Complex, which was a CW project as well. Although I think it only aired in Canada. Did it air in the U.S.?
No, it did air in the U.S. Just nobody watched it.
Oh.
It was another summer series for the CW. It started big in Canada, and then it came here. And, marketing has a lot to do with the success of a show. And there's been a lot of shows that I thought were super cute that, they didn't really have the marketing behind it, and it kind of went away.
Yeah.
And I've seen shows that really totally sucked that had a lot of marketing, and they stayed for a while.
It's
really just the roll of the dice.
Yeah, I was gonna say we know a ton of those shows, so they're not. There are shows that I wonder how, one, they've gotten produced in the first place, and two, why are they still on the air? And then shows that are so great that only last like 5 episodes and are canceled, and they should have lasted a lot longer than they did. So
yeah, I mean, it has so much to do with luck. I mean, it really does. It has so much to do with luck, and what I mean by that is, what's following? What are you following? What are you up against on the other end? What night do you have? What time slot do you have? All of this stuff. It's like where you're getting placed. It's kind of like Hollywood roulette. Ooh, I just made something up, didn't I?
Sounds like another new show.
There you go.
It is a roll of the dice.
This. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to ask about the episode run for Significant Mother. You guys have 10 for this first season, is that right?
We have 9.
9,
We have 9 episodes, yeah. Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's 10 including the pilot. We shot them all in 6 weeks, so my brain is still a little...
Wow.
I just got back a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, we have those episodes, and then if we get picked up for a second season, we get to go back to Portland, which is where we shot it, and do some more, which would be awesome too.
Yeah, I think the CW is very good at kind of backing their shows. They seem to, even if they don't do, booming numbers, and I don't think we'll have to worry about that with Significant Mother, but even if they don't, they usually give them some time to kind of develop, because some shows do take time to develop. I think with a comedy, though, I think you guys are probably set. Dramas are usually the ones that take a little bit longer, but half-hour comedies, we always say we love half-hour comedies because they're so easy to watch, and they're so fun to watch.
Yeah, they are. I love comedies. I do. I've never really been a huge, I don't know. I like watching some of the shows, I guess, because, if I'm at home and I see Vampire Diaries, I'm like, oh, I'll just watch it, and it's generally not awful, and it's interesting, but I don't know the storyline, because I don't watch those shows so much. But when I had a friend that was really, really into the Vampire Diaries, and I kind of became obsessed with it because there was so much going on. Or maybe it wasn't the Vampire Diaries. Maybe it was Pretty Little Liars. It was one of the CW shows.
It's kind of a big difference between those two shows, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so, but it was the one with the young kids.
I think that doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of CW shows.
It was the one with the really good-looking young kids.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's like all.
That narrows it down, right?
Yeah.
Another CW shows, Whose Line Is It Anyway? I know a lot of times they pull in, they'll have a guest each episode from another CW show, and I know you're kind of, you've done comedy in the past, and obviously this is a comedy. Is that something that would interest you, kind of appearing on Whose Line at some point?
Oh, hell yes. It would be a dream come true. I would love something like, oh my gosh, I would be in heaven. That would be amazing.
Yeah, we've talked to most of the guys from Whose Line, and they're all awesome. So hopefully, you guys get that renewal, and then we can see you next season on Whose Line too.
Oh, that would be so sweet. That would be really cool. I would have so much fun.
Well, Adam, yeah, you and I are going to be meeting Colin and Brad in November, so when we see them in person, we can put in a good word.
Yeah,
we'll see what we can do.
Put in a good word for me?
Yeah, there we go.
That's amazing. I would love it. So good.
I know you had been working long before this, but I think one of the first times I had ever really seen you and recognized you for who you were and stuff, you were doing, you were working on a project, but it ended up being part of Project Greenlight because you were filming Feast. Which I think, in all honesty, it's a very underrated horror movie. I thought it was very good, and I'm a big horror fan, so I was a big fan of Feast.
Right.
Is there a particular genre that you prefer doing, or are you pretty much open to anything, as long as it's acting and it gets you out there?
No, first, a couple of things. One, thank you. I really enjoyed that movie, too. It was fantastic, and I thought it was wonderful. And oddly enough, Josh, the guy that plays my son, was Hot Wheels. He was in the bar with me.
Oh, okay.
That long ago, there's a connection later on down the line. Me and Josh are now together, and he plays my son, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
As far as the what was the second question?
Is there a particular genre that you prefer better than others, or do you just prefer anything?
No,
open to anything.
I like to think of it like this. I love what I do, but if it's kind of like if I'm listening to music and I really like a song, but it's not really the genre that I listen to, because maybe it's like dubstep or something, and I'm like, I actually like that beat. If it's a good song, it's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
And, if it's a country song or, whatever it is, I like it because it appeals to me and I like it. And the same thing goes with different roles. I love comedy and I love drama. And I probably love the comedy aspect more just because it's super fun. But if something came through that was dramatic and awesome, then of course I do it. But I don't. Yeah, it's also not taking things just because they're there. Although that happens sometimes too. You're like, You know what? I really got to pay the bills. This job is here. Okay, and it definitely happened. Where you're like, it's not like the greatest part in the world, and it's kind of stupid, but maybe nobody will see it.
I feel like that's every Keanu Reeves role.
Oh, stop it. Adam dislikes Keanu Reeves for some reason.
Not as a person.
I don't know.
That was pretty good. That was a good one.
Thanks. He's got me here. You just defended him, so.
Oh, crap. I guess scratch his name off our list of people to have on the podcast, I guess. And as Ben's mentioned, I mean, you've acted in comedies, dramas, horrors, and I know from, you had appeared in Unscripted in 2005, and you kind of were trying, early in your career at least, to kind of shed that typecast of being, the sexy girl in something and actually being taken more seriously. Do you feel like you finally shed that typecast now, after everything else that you've been able to do?
It's funny. That's such a great question, because that's what Unscripted was, the premise was about, but the show wasn't real.
Right.
So it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, that was what my character was going through in the show, in terms of, like, shedding the sexy girl image and all that, because that's what we wrote for it. And it kind of stuck because that was a very strange hybrid of a show. One of my most favorite projects I've ever done, but one of the most confusing for the audience, because I played Krista Allen. I had a son named Jake. That was my son. They were going to cast another kid as my son, but my son killed it, and he was great, and so we thought, why not just use Jake? So in terms of all of that and being taken more seriously, that was so on me. It wasn't really so much anybody else. That wasn't anybody else's thing. Like, it was just what I was getting offered, and that was it. And I had to step up my acting game a bit. Like, do I want to do this? In order to be taken seriously, you kind of have to take your craft seriously. And I went through a phase of going, wow, okay, I'm going to play the sexy girl again, or I'll play I'll go play the super hot teacher, or I'm going to steal your husband. Those are all, then they were all really fun, but then I realized I'm not really growing so much. I'm kind of bored.
Right.
And I started to just work on my chops a little, and that in itself started opening things up. When people would see me for audition, they'd go, oh my God, you're actually really funny, or wow, great, awesome, and I get that job, and things would go on. So I think it's definitely helped, but it wasn't like, me crossing my arms and turning blue going, please don't think I'm sexy. No, please always think I'm sexy.
Says that. Yeah. I don't know anybody who says that to anybody else.
yeah. Nobody's gonna hate me for being a pretty girl, so I'm okay with that. But I think, obviously, I'm 44, and I'm older now, and I'm not. It's not back in the time when I was in my 30s, early 30s, and doing all the men's magazines and doing all this stuff. I'm in a different stage in my life now, and it's you can't help but take me a little bit more seriously and see me in a different light just because I'm that much older. So I'm pretty stoked about it.
Yeah. I know, as we've said a couple times already, you've done a ton of projects, and you've worked with so many big name people. From Hasselhoff to Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler. I would have to be sure that it's probably pretty early on in your career, but do you ever remember a point, in time when you were really truly starstruck, or you kind of just stood back and you realized, I'm really doing this right now because of the person in front of you?
Yeah, I've had many moments like that. I've had a lot of personal moments like that where I've stepped back. I would date certain people, and I would meet certain people that would come in, and I go, oh my God, that is Catherine Zeta-Jones. That is Michael Douglas. These are people that I'm having dinner with, or this is, whoa, like looking around and going, where am I? I would have never thought this in a million years. And or just working with people that I had full-on crushes on when I was a kid, like John Stamos. I did a sitcom called Jake in Progress. That was John Stamos' show. I think it was NBC. It didn't last a super long time, but I was with John Stamos, and I got to work with him, and I remember thinking, God, this is so. I had them all over my wall. All my Tiger Beats and Teen Beats were John Stamos and David Lee Roth. Like, you know.
I'm working with Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
Yes, Uncle Jesse. I know. So there's been so many moments like that where I just have to giggle and go, oh my God. But John Stamos is a big one for me.
Real quick, back to Significant Mother. What kind of, I know I had seen in a couple photos, it looks like Denise Richards makes an appearance at some point. What other kind of guest stars did you guys end up having this season?
Jerry O'Connell came and played my realtor, which was super fun. He's hilarious.
Oh, that's cool.
I love Jerry O'Connell.
Oh man, he's so funny. He's just naturally a really funny guy, and I adore him. He has no filter, and it's great, and he's just wonderful. Just a great guy, a great funny actor. Makes really honest, wonderful choices, and he's great. It was really fun. He plays Bob, the realtor, in the show, and Linda Gray. I don't know if you remember Linda Gray from Dallas. She played Sue Ellen, drunk Sue Ellen on Dallas. She plays my mom. And she killed it. She was amazing. So that was really fun, too. We had a Weekend at Bernie's episode that's really super, super hilarious.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I end up giving my son, well, I guess I can't say, but anyway, we have a Weekend at Bernie's episode, and Johnny called Bernie, and he came and played the hobo that helps prop Josh up, Nate, through doing the Weekend at Bernie's. So the roles are reversed. So,
that is awesome.
Yeah, so we have it's just so much fun. We had some really great people that came out and played.
Yeah, now I can't wait for that Weekend at Bernie's episode.
Yeah, no, I want to see that one too.
So stellar. It really is. It's really funny.
I also saw from your Instagram, which Twitter, Instagram, people can follow you at Krista Allen XO. You got to meet the Muppets this week. How did you end up getting hooked up with that?
Oh my God, it's so cool. Okay, well, my boyfriend is on a show for ABC, and he was doing a promo because the Muppets are doing their show. Muppets are doing their own reality show, and it's super cool. So they are doing promos with ABC actors, and because I know someone who's like really cool, I got to go and meet. I got to go meet Kermit and Miss Piggy and Fozzie Bear, and I got my picture taken with them.
That's awesome.
My dog, who lived until she was 18 years old, her name was Muppet. So, because she looked like a Muppet, but I just, yeah, so.
Obviously, you're a fan of the Muppets, then.
I like them. Yeah.
I don't know anybody that doesn't like them. I was actually kind of hoping that maybe you're going to end up, they always have guest stars. I was thinking maybe you're going to guest star in one of the episodes.
Oh my gosh, I know. I wish I would. I that would be so fun. Let's just put that out there. Now that I've been around the Muppets, I can be like, yes, I have experience with Muppets.
Muppet experience is very important.
Add that to my resume. I think I need to add that experience with Muppets. I've watched them act.
Yeah. We won't say his name. You mentioned your boyfriend and how he's on an ABC show. I don't know if you want to mention his name or not. We know who it is, but we won't mention it just in case. I will say I had an opportunity to meet him last year for a couple minutes, and I'm a huge fan of his. So obviously, best of luck with that too. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I got a picture with him last year, and I'm a huge fan of his as well. So. And we'll make you a deal. We'll get you on Whose Line if you get him on our podcast.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. That sounds great. That sounds awesome. No. Listening to this, right?
Hey, even if you just get him to listen to us, I'll be happy with that too.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So I know we're getting to the end here, but we're definitely looking forward to checking out Significant Mother. It sounds like it's a great show. We're going to check it out. We're going to send all of our listeners to check it out too.
It is 9 episodes. You were right. I looked it up.
Oh, thank you.
So, it premieres this Monday, August 2nd, 9:30 on the CW, and we want to send people your way as well, as Adam had said. Instagram and Twitter at Krista Allen XO, and of course your website too, which is KristaAllen.com. So.
Great, thank you.
But
thank you so much.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. You're a blast to talk to. So we hope we get to talk to you again down the road, like for season 2.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's so cool. I love just hearing season 2. So can we make a pact? We do it.
Absolutely.
Get all these things happening.
It'll be a plan right now. We'll get you on Who's Line. You get us the interview, and we'll work on season 2.
It's gonna be a busy year.
Man, this is good. This is good. Okay, I like it.
Krista, thanks again for joining us. This was a blast.
Yeah, it really was. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey, how are you? It's Ryan Stiles. You may remember me from my many years of playing Doogie Howser, and you are listening to the Showcast on Next Level Radio.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. All out of
Played that for the late, great Rowdy Piper, who unfortunately recently just passed away this past week at the age of 61.
What's that called again? They're Here or something like that? Or?
They Live.
They Live, that's what it is.
Which is a fantastic, cheesy
That's such a great
movie.
line.
So good.
It's so great. Rowdy was a personal favorite of mine, too, growing up watching him, so he's going to be missed.
Yeah, and the premise of that movie was they're like aliens that live among us, and he has glasses, and he can see
You
who
could
they
only
are.
see them with a particular pair of sunglasses.
Yeah.
It's so good. But yeah, special thanks to Krista Allen for joining us. She is so full of energy.
Oh my God, yeah.
She's so chipper, and it's great, and it was so much fun.
And yeah, thank you to the CW for resending those screeners. I did get mine on like Friday, so I was able to watch the show.
What'd you think?
I thought it was really good. I mean, it was only one episode, so I have a hard time judging it off one episode, but from what I saw, she's actually like, she's not just the mom who is sleeping with his best friend. Like, she's actually funny in it. And the whole cast is funny. I mean, there's a really good line about there's a joke made and Anthony Bourdain's name comes up in the joke, and it was hilarious. And actually, and there's another part in the pilot where there's a really catchy song that is played. Not a song
Wrecking
like
Ball?
No, not a song you would know. Not a song you would know. A song that one of the it just made for the show, and it's actually really catchy. I had it stuck in my head for a while.
Yeah, I have my screener too. I just unfortunately have not had time to watch it since they did send it to us after the interview, which is fine. We still get the opportunity to watch it before it premieres, but I unfortunately just didn't have the time to do it.
Yeah, we were all kind of bummed that we didn't get a chance to see it prior to the interview, but what can you do? Jonathan Silverman, really funny in it as well. And like we said before, you would know him from Weekend at Bernie's. I am super looking forward to the Weekend at Bernie's episode.
I know, I am too, after she told us about that. It just sounds great.
Steve might not have heard, but there's going to be a Weekend at Bernie's episode of this show.
Yeah, it's a really smart concept
to
have like callbacks.
Yeah.
Futurama, this is really off topic. Futurama did that once because one of their voices is the wife from Married with Children.
Yeah.
Futurama did a Married with Children episode. It was awesome.
Yeah, Katie Seagal.
Yeah, it was so good.
So, but yeah, she said, Krista had told us that since, Jonathan Silverman is on there, the guy that plays Bernie it comes into an episode too, and, there's a little Weekend at Bernie's joke that happens, I think, throughout the episode, so. But I'm definitely looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So, yeah. She was a lot of fun though, so again, special thanks to Krista for coming on and spending some time with us. And we made a little bit of a deal with her, so hopefully we're gonna try and live up, to this deal. So, hopefully both ends live up to the deal.
Yeah, really hoping for season 2.
Yeah.
Really, so we can have her on again. Because she was really fun to talk to.
I think we'd have her on again Either way.
Regardless.
I mean, she was just a ton of fun to talk to. So, but yeah, follow her on Twitter and Instagram, at Krista Allen XO. So, follow along.
It means hugs and kisses.
I did not know that.
Yeah. My grandma used to sign her cards that way.
Does anybody know why it means hugs and kisses?
No idea.
Not a clue. Do you?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, I was hoping you were going
I would have liked to have learned.
hoping you were going to enlighten us. You can't bring something up like that and not know the actual answer.
Well, it turns out there's a Google machine.
Or if any of our listeners know, message us on Facebook and tell us, why does XO mean hugs and kisses?
The common custom of placing X on envelopes, notes, and the bottom of letters means kisses dates back to the Middle Ages when a Christian cross was drawn on documents or letters to mean sincerity, faith, and honesty. A kiss was then placed upon the cross by the designer as a display of their sworn oath.
Yeah, it's corny.
And this has been your useless moment of history.
What about the O? That didn't answer the O. My O face?
I agree. Oh.
You would think that would be the kisses.
Yeah.
None of this makes sense.
Oh my God, no. Can we move on?
The O represents two pairs of arms coming together to complete a hug.
Did you make that up?
No, this is off of Mental Flossers. Yeah, mentalfloss.com.
Yeah. Moving on.
Oh, do we have more show? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You just wrap it up here.
Probably should.
The rate we're going. So, but yeah, it's the beginning of the month. We would have done this last week, but unfortunately they weren't posted yet.
Yeah, we're skipping Next Level News today.
Oh crap, that's right, that is next.
Sweet.
Son of a bitch. I'm all discombobulated because of our useless conversation that we just had.
Look, I bet you 2% of our audience knew what X and O,
Go ahead.
X and O meant.
Okay.
Go ahead, what?
I
just told you.
Know. I know. Sorry. All right.
This is what
on.
happens when I can't play clips. Anarchy.
Yeah, I know. Moving on now with this week's Next Level News.
This is Next Level News.
Real quick,
right.
Windows 10 update, I'm at 86%.
Oh, there you go. I told you it was going to probably take about an hour. So, starting off first with the Bourne series. Tommy Lee Jones joins Matt Damon in the sequel. Tommy Lee Jones has joined Matt Damon in the next installment of the Bourne franchise. Frank Marshall will produce once again alongside Jeff Weiner for Captivate Entertainment. Doug Greengrass, Matt Damon, Greg Goodman, and Ben Smith will also produce.
I never get to use my Matt Damon sound clip, and the one week that I can't use clips in general, you have a Matt Damon story.
I planned it perfectly.
Give up.
Moving on next. This story cracks me up. Fox pulls Ryan Seacrest's Knock Knock Live after 2 episodes.
I saw this.
Yikes.
I was this close to putting that in the weekly update. This close. And I was like, this will make Next Level News, I'm sure, so.
Yeah, Knock Knock Live has been yanked after just 2 episodes.
Knock Knock.
Fox
there?
notified...
No, nobody's there.
Nobody was ever home when they did it.
Yeah.
Fox notified its affiliates Thursday that the network decided to pull the Ryan Seacrest-hosted reality show from its schedule following less than stellar ratings for the summer series.
Nobody answered because they couldn't see Ryan Seacrest through their peephole.
Because he's short.
It was a short joke.
Even though the show has been pulled, Seacrest will return to Fox in January for the final season of American Idol. Moving on, Game of Thrones casts Ian McShane in Season 6 mystery role. Ian McShane...
Jon Snow. He's Jon Snow. He's coming back. He's Jon Snow.
That means he's alive.
Ian McShane will appear on the upcoming season of Game of Thrones. Details of McShane's role have been kept under wraps, but he will play a key role in the season's plot with a small amount of screen time.
He was a pirate.
He was.
Just thought I'd let you know.
Production on Season 6 of Game of Thrones has commenced, with the 10 episodes expected to air in spring of 2016.
Was he Blackbeard?
On
Stranger Tides?
I think he was.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, I think he was Blackbeard.
He's also going to play God in Game of Thrones and bring Jon Snow back to life.
He's back.
This one very interesting. Marvel will release a new Netflix show every 6 months.
Oh, that means Jon Snow's coming back.
Yep.
How does that mean
Here he
Jon
comes.
Snow is coming back? Oh, because everything is a clue that Jon Snow is coming back.
Yeah.
Netflix is trying to make up for the fact that Jon Snow's coming back.
So they need to pump out better content. See?
Yep, ratings pull.
Thank you.
Marvel and Netflix teamed up to bring 5 separate shows to the streaming service, focusing on a group of comic book heroes called the Defenders, street-level Avengers team. The first in the series, Daredevil, premiered in April. Jessica Jones will be the next superhero to get a Netflix treatment before the end of 2015, followed by Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Was the alternate title for that the Poor Man's Avengers?
Probably. I don't think it worked well with focus groups.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Was it Kristen Ritter, Jessica Jones?
Is she? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who?
Kristen Ritter.
Yeah, I
From
think so.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking
Oh,
Bad.
yeah, it is. Yeah, Kristen Ritter, star of Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, will portray the first major female character with superpowers in Marvel Studios' project. So, if the tone of Daredevil is any indication, Jessica Jones and the other Marvel Netflix shows will be much darker and bloodier than the ones audiences know from films like Iron Man and The Avengers. Channing Tatum closes Gambit deal. Channing Tatum has closed a deal to star in Gambit for 20th Century Fox, a source close to the project confirmed. News of Tatum's official involvement in the X-Men spin-off laid rest to rumors that the project was falling apart.
This also almost made the weekly update. I was going to make a XXL men joke. Totally derailed your train of thought.
You did. Gambit is slated for an October 2016 release.
I'll watch
finally, I will too. I'm a huge Gambit fan.
I still like the guy they had. Oh, what the hell's his name? Who did it in?
The guy from Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, Taylor Kitchener, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him actually as Gambit, but they totally botched that character in that movie.
Yeah, and Channing is like a lifelong Gambit fan too, so I think he's going to do the characters good justice. So, and wrapping up for Next Level News,
He
I'm
did
going to
G.I.
post.
Joe so well.
Shut up. Hey, 21 Jump Street was pretty damn funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a lot funnier than I was anticipating it being.
And Magic Mike was. I mean, I didn't see that movie.
Last story for Next Level News. I'll post the video of this too on the Next Level News Facebook page, facebook.com/Next Level News online. The Mountain becomes Europe's strongest man for the second year in a row. When not crushing the skulls of fan favorite Game of Thrones characters with his bare hands, Hafthor Bjornsson is showing the world why he got the part.
That means Jon Snow's coming back.
Yeah, it's true.
On July 12th, 2015, Bjornsson once again cemented his dominance by winning the Europe's Strongest Man competition for the second year in a row. Again, I'll post the video on our Facebook page, but dude, he literally gets inside of a chassis of a car and carries it.
Well, he has to keep up the muscle, because in the show he's going to end up fighting resurrected Jon Snow, so he's got to stay strong.
Jon Snow's got a sweet sword too.
Yeah, it's made of Valyrian steel.
Yep.
Spoiler alert.
That's going to wrap it up for Next Level News. So, but yeah, I'll post that video up on our Facebook page too. It's like 5 minutes, like 5 or 6 minutes, and it's all the different competitions he did. And the guy is crazy strong. It is
sure is.
ridiculous.
He can't hit a baseball. I watched him hit bad in practice.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, all right, now that Next Level News is up, it's moving on to something we haven't done in a couple weeks, and we were going to do last week, but we did not have the list because it was not available as of yet. But I'm going to turn it over to Adam for the month of August and Netflix. What's coming on and what's coming off.
And thank you to Netflix for actually putting us on their press list now, so we post all the comings and goings on Netflix on our website. So go to nextlevelradioonline.com for the full list. It's under my blog, but what I'm going to do, we'll post a link to it on the Showcast episode 30 description. So if you just go to the Showcast page and look under the description for episode 30, we'll put a link right to the full article, because we're not going to go over every single one like we usually do, because that takes entirely too much time. So we're going to highlight some stuff. Everything, it's already August, so I'm not going to tell you what's left because it's already off. So we're just going to highlight some stuff coming on. So we'll start off with August 1st.
Can we, before we start with August 1st, can we do an honorable mention of July 31st? Since there was something added July 31st.
Like last minute?
No, it was scheduled for July 31st, and that's Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah, we talked about it last month.
Did we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was on the list.
But now it's up, and I've watched almost all of it already.
Oh, really?
It's hysterical.
Is it?
It's so damn good.
All right, good for you.
But now that I've broken away.
Yeah. Enemy at the Gates coming out this month, August 1st. So that's actually, as you're listening to this, already up. Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite war movies. Reading Rainbow Volume 1. Also
so
already
excited
out
about this.
on Netflix. I think that's really it for Steve had a couple honorable mentions. 2 Russell Brand stand-up specials, End the Drugs War and From Addiction to Recovery. Both already out on Netflix as we are speaking. August 3rd, which is Monday, so probably again already out. Chronic Con episode 420, A New Dope.
What is that?
It is Doug Benson's.
Yeah,
of course it is.
Yeah. He's been mentioning it like crazy on his podcast, which I've been listening to. Doug Loves Movies,
Cheater.
And I actually, I've watched part of it. I haven't finished it yet, but I want to. It's very funny. It's pretty much him at Comic-Con trying to find different characters dressed as heroes and villains and smoking pot with them.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds about right.
That's pretty much the premise of it. There's some footage in there too of a Doug Loves Movies podcast that he did out there and the celebrities and stuff like that. But I mean, if you're a fan of Doug Benson, it's a great movie. I can't wait to finish it.
Yeah, do yourself a favor, check it out. By the time you're listening to this, it should be up. Something that won't be up probably when you're listening to this. August 7th, Hit Record on TV Season 1. Steve, you don't need to check it out because it's hosted by JGL. But Season 2, I think, is just starting up. But it looks like a really interesting show. I mean, it's essentially all put together by filmmakers.
The premise is really cool of what it is.
Do you know, you want to explain a little bit more?
It's like he gets submissions from everyone, and it's like a fan-sourced movie that they create. Like, he doesn't do anything. Like, he doesn't do anything but host it. Like, there's people who create the film, and they send it to people who are like editors and publishers and all that stuff. So it's all like fan-created, and they create their own movie. And I don't know if he's funding it or what his involvement is, other than he might have just created it. But it's a cool concept, and it's probably an awesome thing to check out because it's really unique, because it's essentially mashing together a bunch of people's submissions into one show or movie or whatever is created.
Yeah. I've actually seen a couple episodes of the first season. It's really good. I mean, it's like you said, if you're big into, like indie artwork and indie film and indie music and stuff like that, it's a big mashup of all of it.
Yeah.
It is. It's definitely worth checking out if you're into stuff like that.
Yeah, I missed one from August 1st. I accidentally skipped over it. I don't know how, because it's definitely one of my top 10 favorite movies. It might even be close to a top 5. The Hurt Locker came out August 1st, I should say.
But you just said Enemy of the State is like your favorite, or
I said that was like one of my favorite war movies.
Not Enemy of the State.
Enemy at the Gates.
Enemy at the Gates, yeah.
Enemy of the State is not one of my favorite movies. Thank you, Gene Hackman. I didn't say it was my least favorite, but
no.
Yeah, I think actually Hurt Locker is. I think I like that a little bit better than Enemy at the Gates, but that's like a different kind of war movie.
Wasn't Chris Pratt in Hurt Locker?
No.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
He was?
Yes, he was.
When?
Yeah. He's. I think he really found Osama. Oh no, that's 30 Days a Night or whatever it's called. Zero Dark 30. I got him confused.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Zero Dark 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he says Osama bin Laden in a funny accent.
Anthony Mackie and Jeremy Renner are in the Hurt Locker.
Yeah, they're the main characters.
Let me get back on screen here. So, coming out August, let me look, 8th. Ben will like this one, Doctor Who Season 8.
Yes, sir.
I
fan.
have not seen more than like one episode, but one day.
It takes a little while to get into. I mean, season 1 is very... I mean, obviously there was the old series from like the 60s, 70s, and 80s that's very, very cheesy. The new series is very, very updated and a lot of fun. The first season is almost like a kind of a mix. It's a transition between the old cheesiness to the new updated series. So the first season is kind of tough to swallow. I actually recommend some people kind of skip it, because you don't really miss anything as far as character development goes.
Best show of all time. Skip the whole first season.
I don't skip the first season. I watch it and I enjoy it, but that's because I'm a fan. But for people that are trying to get into it, I always recommend a couple episodes in the beginning of season 2, and then once you get the feel for it, go back, restart season 1, and then push through.
Yeah, we've had this discussion, I think, a while ago with the production value of some of the shows. Let's keep going here. Let's push through these. August 12th, leap year, for anyone who's interested in those types of movies. August 17th.
Rom-com.
Yeah, August 17th, Lord of War. Good old Nick Cage.
Yeah, I didn't know what this was, and I looked it up and saw that Nicolas Cage plays someone named Yuri Orlov. So
it's actually
I'm sure
a
that
good
they
movie.
either
It
I'm
is.
sure they either avoid accents or Nicolas Cage does all sorts of offensive accenting.
Actually, I don't think he has an accent in the movie at all.
I don't think so, no.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
No, it's
like Nick
actually
Cage.
it's actually a really good movie. Here's another one Steve wanted. August 20th, 30 for 30 Angry Sky. And the reason we're mentioning it is because it was just broadcast on ESPN not long ago.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a deal with Netflix or something. I don't know if they all come out this fast, but I just thought it was noteworthy that they were just advertising, and then now it's out on Netflix.
Yeah, and this is the one where, doesn't he jump out of a plane from like really high up or something like that? What was it?
Yeah, I think he wanted to break the, I don't even know what the record was. I think he ended up jumping from space, but it's not the Red Bull guy that everybody sees. Like, it's not the clip of the Red Bull guy. Like, this is like older. But I think he jumped from space. I'm not really 100% sure what the story was, and I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, this is a long time ago that happened. Moving on. I'm going to mention this one even though I didn't put it on the list. Girl Meets World Season 1, in case you're interested.
Yeah. I was going to say that. But I just didn't.
August 28th, Once Upon a Time Season 4, for anyone who watches that show and didn't have a chance to watch it live. And then I think, I missed one. Where was it? Seeking a Friend for the End of the World comes out August 16th.
Call me Keira Knightley.
Yes.
Please.
Is that the one with, that's Steve Carell too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I heard it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well,
I
on
like it.
August 16th, you can find out for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the highlights. If you want to see the full list, like we said, go to nextlevelradioonline.com. Just go to the Showcast page. We'll put it right in the link, to this episode's description. And then you can also see what you already missed out on. That's already off of Netflix from August.
Cool.
Although
Titanic, but my heart will go on.
I will say this: there are actually a couple late that don't leave till later on in the month. A lot of stuff leaves August 1st, but there are a few stragglers that don't leave until later in the month.
There's still hope.
A new dope.
Check it out. It's a good movie. It's funny.
I will. But that is it for the Netflix stuff.
I actually tried getting Doug on our podcast before too when he was in town. When he was in Philly.
Yeah.
And apparently unless you are friends with him, he gets so many requests to do podcasts, he doesn't do them.
Oh, he's so popular.
Right.
Yeah, unless he's a friend he's a friend of yours, he won't really do podcasts. So but that might have changed since now he's got a movie out that he's trying to promote. So before it was just an appearance in Philly, but who knows? So maybe I'll try again. So
Doug Benson's going to be on the podcast next week, everybody.
No, he's not.
Oh.
No, he's not. But on that note, thank you for that transition point. We are going to have a comedian on our podcast next week. That is not Doug Benson. Her name is Liz Russo. And
Doug Benson's sister.
No, it is not Doug Benson's sister.
Wife?
Doug Benson's weed dealer.
That man is a millionaire.
Don't spread those rumors.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's not too bad. But Liz is going to be on our podcast next week. However, usually when we have people on the podcast, it's to promote an appearance. She is not going to be on the podcast until after her appearance. So we are going to help her promote her appearance right now without her here. So hopefully we'll talk to her about it next week when we have her on. But she is going to be headlining at Steel Stacks in Bethlehem on Thursday, August 6th, Friday, August 7th. So I just looked to the Friday, August 7th is at 1 a.m.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think that's like a headline per se. The 6th is the big show. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one she's like front and center headlining. I think she's just doing a set on the 7th.
Oh no, it says Thursday, August 6th, 11 p.m. to Friday, August 7th, 1 a.m. So it's the same show.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. It's just, it goes over on her calendar because it goes 2 days.
Yeah, and I mean, she's touring a lot, especially in the area. She's local to Easton, so go to thelizrusso.com. You know, if you can't make the show at the Steel Stacks, definitely check her out, thelizrusso.com. But if you can, I don't think tickets are very expensive, to be honest.
So I haven't been to a show at Steel Stacks yet either. So I mean, I don't know what I'm doing on actually Thursday. It's kind of rough because of where I am, but I mean, her show doesn't start until 11 o'clock at night, which will make it rough for me to get to work the next day, driving home. But she's an up-and-comer. You might not know her name that well, but that could obviously change in the future, too, which we hope. So,
tickets are only $5.
Oh, wow.
So, if you want to, I mean, stand-up is such a fun thing. So anytime you get to see stand-up for a lesser price is a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, too. I've gone to some open mics and stuff like that were relatively cheap that have been absolutely hysterical. So,
Windows 10 update still at 86%.
It's pretty good progress.
That's your computer, dude. That's not Windows 10.
Here we go. Lifetime Defender.
So, back to Liz, and promoting. She's also doing the Easton 4th annual comedy or summer comedy series.
Yeah, I saw that. That's like all next weekend, I think.
Yeah, Saturday. Well, no, it's only. I think her appearance is only one night. But it's Saturday, August 8th at 8 p.m. So in Riverside Park in Easton. I didn't even know Easton did a annual summer comedy series.
Now you do.
Now I do.
And now you can go see Liz there. That's not a work night.
Did we have a clip or no?
Yeah, I have a clip.
So, I mean, so this way people can get a taste of her comedy and then decide to go check her out. So if you want to play that clip.
If you want to get a little more taste, she has a page on YouTube. It's the Liz Russo, but this is the shortest one on here. And this is kind of the one she sent over to me because it is the shortest. It's only 54 seconds. So let's get a little clip of what we're going to hear next week when we talk to Liz Russo.
Those are awesome, right? I'm feeling confident, feeling sexy, loving my body, and I'm like, listen, I left the lights on, and I got completely naked, and we're about to do it, and I tell him, listen, you don't know, I lost 100 pounds. And he looks at me, and he goes, good for you. Keep going. I swear to God, he says to me, you know what, Liz? You would be so perfect if you were a size 8. I was like, wow, that's really weird. I was thinking the same thing about you. But it's so cute. Yes, it is. Seriously, ladies, if a man hurts your feelings and you want to cry, you boop his penis and you will feel better.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, apparently she has, just from the little bit of research, we've done, she's lost a ton of weight. So I'm sure that'll come up during the interview. But...
All right, guys, your next comic, she's opening for Gilbert Godfrey this weekend. Let's give it up for Liz Russo.
There you go. That's just a little taste of She opened up for Gilbert Gottfried in the past.
There you go.
Impressive.
I think that was Adam forgot that it is on autoplay and goes to the next clip.
Screw you, YouTube. It didn't used to do that.
But it worked because it was another Liz clip. So
Yeah. I let it actually, when I realized it started playing, I let it run to see what exactly it was. That was actually, that was her at Helium opening up for Gilbert Gottfried.
In Philly?
Yeah. So she's actually played there a couple times.
Cool. Yeah, I looked at her schedule. She was actually just down in my way, down at Parks.
Really?
In Ben Salem, too. Yeah, she was just there, I think, last week.
Yeah, I think I did see that, too. Yeah, this week she actually went out. I think she was out in, like, Minnesota. She was out, somewhere a little more west. So, obviously, she's doing well if she's getting some gigs all over the place. And Philly's a great place, so it's good to see that she's getting in down there as well.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to be in North Carolina next week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for something. It says LYAO. I'm assuming that's Laugh Your Ass Off. Oh, Laugh Your Asheville Off.
Oh,
Comedy Festival.
Must be the name of the town.
Clever wordplay.
Yeah.
So, by the way, this is going to be an in-person interview, too.
Yes, in studio.
We're going to be back up at the Sales University for this one.
Ben and I will.
Yes, but it should be fun.
Steve can't make it because, like we said,
he's on vacation.
Probably on vacation or something, yeah.
Permanently.
But yeah, so we're really excited. Again, steelstacks.org for tickets to Thursday's show. Again, only $5. I mean, you can't beat that.
No, that's a great price for comedy. Yeah. Any way you look at it.
And maybe if you ask her, she'll boop your penis for you. Boop. Boop, boop.
All right, let's get ready to wrap things up and let us hit Adam's weekly update.
And now, the Showcast Weekly Update.
This week's weekly update brought to you by Liz Russo, penis booper and stand-up comedian. First up, a python snake measuring over 18 feet was captured this week in the town of Shark Valley, Florida. Which leads me to the question, why the shit would anybody go there?
Wait, I got time out, and hopefully this doesn't ruin your next joke or anything. There was a story that came out today that there was a 4-acre nest that had 107 million spiders in it in Baltimore.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
See you, Baltimore.
Never going to Baltimore again. Holy shit.
Unbelievable. Okay, you can keep going.
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that video of like it looked like a little hairball? A person would like poke it, and then all of a sudden, it just turned into 1,000 spiders.
All right, yeah, spider stories. There's a cactus spider, and the spider lays its eggs in the cactus, and the spiders break out. The baby spiders break out of the cactus and eat whatever the first thing they see is. And one time, it was a person.
What?
That had bought the cactus and had it in their living room.
Oh, fuck no.
And the spiders broke out of the cactus and ate the person.
Never buying a cactus again, never going to Baltimore again, and I don't think I ever would have gone to Shark Valley anyway, but just in case, not going there.
Stop being such a pussy.
Speaking of, Bill Cosby's lawyer denied that she is victim blaming, but says that the victims in this case had a responsibility to report the claims in a timely manner. Which, to me, actually sounds an awful lot like she's victim-blaming. A new study reveals that bees are naturally vaccinated by their queen in the hive, although a small group of female worker bees is protesting this, claiming that the vaccines are causing bee autism.
That's a good one. You didn't get enough credit for that. That's a good one.
That one actually took me a second. I had to think about that one.
Yeah, it's for people who have, like, really quick thinking.
Shut up.
Next up, divers off the coast of Turkey discovered a giant floating blob in the water, but had no idea what it was. Further research has revealed that it was in fact George R.R. Martin working on the next Game of Thrones book.
Jon Snow's back. He's coming back.
Yes.
He is.
The wrong yes.
That's exactly why.
That was the one I wanted.
There you go. That's a little more enthusiasm, Arnold.
Yeah.
Jon Snow's coming back. You can't just be like, yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Thank you. Finally, Ben Affleck is denying a report that he has begun a relationship with his and Jennifer Garner's former nanny. As it turns out, it was a complete misunderstanding, and he's really dating Fran Drescher.
Oh, man.
And that is your weekly update.
Oh, Jesus. I can't imagine anybody dating Fran Drescher.
She's not like that in real life, is she?
Mr. Fine.
I don't know, but...
God.
Nah, it would ruin it.
Just duct tape.
I'd have to invest in a lot of it. So, all right, cool. So we are approaching the end of the podcast, but a couple things to mention real quick. Again, visit us on Twitter at NXT Level Radio. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/nextlevelradioonline. Subscribe, rate and review on iTunes. Just go to the iTunes store under podcasts, look for Next Level Radio, and you'll find us. And visit our website, www.nextlevelradioonline.com for previous shows, interviews, film reviews, Netflix lists, all that good stuff, trailers, all of it. Special thanks once again to Krista Allen from CW's Significant Mother for joining us this week. And of course, we look forward to talking to Liz next week as well, live in studio with, live for us. It won't be live for those of you listening.
Live recorded in studio.
In person, interview with Liz up at the Sales University. But that's all I got, unless anybody else has anything else to add.
No, just reiterate, watch Significant Mother tonight if you're listening to this on Monday. Every Monday, 9:30 on the CW. Follow Krista on Twitter at Krista Allen XO, which we know what that means now. And then Liz Russo, you can also follow on Twitter at the Liz Russo. Also, Windows 10 update still at 86%.
86.
My lucky number.
There you go. Steve, how about you? Anything to add?
August 3rd is National Grab Some Nuts Day. So if you are listening to this on Monday, then you're welcome.
Got it.
Or if you haven't, make sure you make up and grab some extra nuts on the 4th.
Or if anybody comes up and grabs your nuts, now you know why.
Yeah.
It's a holiday apparently. So, all right, cool. With that being said, then we are out of here. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you guys around the bend. Take care.
Later.
Bye.